Hello and welcome to another episode of Montana Shares, your opportunity to find out about the nonprofits that make our state so great. I'm your host, Bill Crane, and today we have Margaret and Olivia talking about Greater Helena Gives. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
So let's give the high view of what is Greater Helena Gives.
So Greater Helena Gives is a 24-hour fundraising event to really support the nonprofits in our Helena community. And the goal is to really just get all these organizations involved so that way they can get exposure, and then the community members can all get together and go on the Greater Helena Gives website and donate to as many organizations as they want, and however much they want to give to each organization. So really this is just an opportunity for people to give back to their community. Mm-hmm.
And the quick short answer, what's the date of this year's Greater Helena Gives?
So this year Greater Helena Gives is going to begin, we're still going to stick with the 24-hour. It's going to start on Thursday, May 3rd at 6 p.m. and will continue through Friday, May 4th at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we should probably just get off subject for a second. This is put on by the Helena Area Community Foundation as primary sponsor. You have been on the board there for a little while, is that correct?
That's correct. I'm stepped up to the president this time. But yes, this is our 4th year doing Greater Helena Gives, and it's been a great way to get to know organizations and community members. It's been really fun.
Really fits the mission, I think, of what the foundation's all about.
Yes,
and
the foundation
sort of bringing
is
all
about
these together.
And it's a little second opportunity. We do our granting process in the middle of the summer, and we have a couple of other events, but this is just a second little opportunity to give something to the nonprofit organizations to help their bottom line.
Okay. Back to the other questions.
Yeah.
So who is eligible to participate in this?
So this year it's remaining the 501c3 organization, and we're inviting Lewis and Clark County, Jefferson County, and Broadwater. So any nonprofit in this area can participate in Greater Helena Gives, and we're really trying hard to reach out to even more nonprofits this year in the other outside communities, because we're not doing, or the state isn't doing, Montana Gives. So it's really good for the organizations outside of the Helena area even to know, we want to help them, and we want to give them the exposure that they may need, and just invite them to join us in the Helena area.
Right, and which brings to mind the other thing. There are other equivalent events going on in some of the other bigger cities, right?
Yes.
Missoula,
Bozeman, Billings. Yeah.
Great. So this is sort of a statewide thing that's done on a town-by-town basis, or city-by-city basis, is probably a better term for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this year I think all the bigger cities are kind of reaching out to the smaller counties, because Montana is a huge state. So I think everyone's trying to help each other out this year, for sure.
What do they say about Montana? It's a really big town with long streets.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that and experienced it.
Yes. So why should an organization participate in this?
Well, it's a little spring pick-me-up for their fundraising efforts, sort of out of the cycle of the main stuff that they do. It gives them all a broader exposure to new donors, and we're really asking them to motivate their donor base. But one of the most interesting things the first year we did it was just clicking through the website at all of these organizations that maybe I knew about them, or maybe I didn't know anything about them, and they explained themselves, and it was so fascinating. So people like me find out about Greater Hearts in the Big Sky and all kinds of organizations. So it's an opportunity to kind of broaden your appeal, and then just motivate your donor base in the spring after taxes have been, after that big tax. Yeah. and maybe give a little bit to 5 or 6 organizations, and when they really need it.
You mentioned the 5 or 6 organizations. I think just my experience, this is we decided it's the 4th year we're doing this. This is laid out so perfectly. This is a shopping cart for giving. You just go through and you see groups that you like and you want to support, and you more or less just add them to your shopping cart.
Right.
And when you get to the end, you're like, okay, that's it. You check out. And so it saves you time of, you don't have to go to 4 different sites and give to 4 different organizations and 4 different transactions. Or 4 stamps or 4 letters or anything like that. It's just like one-stop shopping, nice, elegant, simple way to do a transaction for
And there's
nonprofits.
really no downside. And the organizations have told us that. There's no downside to this. It's just, it's a great thing. So yeah, make old friends, revisit old friends, make new friends.
Right.
Yeah. And I really do think it's a good opportunity for the Helena community, for individuals to go online and, they have the opportunity to read through all these organizations and what they stand for. And kind of what I'm hoping is that individuals find a new nonprofit that they're really passionate about. And there's so many nonprofits in the Helena community. Like, it's a small community, but really it's a community, like the definition of community.
Right.
So I really do hope that people can learn more about what's going on in Helena.
And we're going to come back in a couple of months and try to pump this event up for the public. This one,
Yeah.
in a way, is sort of directed toward, this is the time for nonprofits to get
Right.
involved.
Yes.
Right.
So what's the registration process? How much does it cost?
So the registration is open as of yesterday on www.greaterhelenagives.org. And there is a $50 registration fee to kind of help us cover the platform and operating costs and just the general, commitment fee. So other than that fee, there's really, nothing to it. It's really easy for past organizations who have participated. We're still using the same platform called GiveGab. And so those organizations that have participated in the past, you do need to re-register. But once you re-register, you can use your same profile. You have everything on there from last year, so it's really easy for those organizations to re-register. For new organizations who want to participate for the first time, they can still go online to the website and register, and then they can create their profile. And on their profile, it has their mission statement, it has anything they want. It's almost like think of it as a Facebook platform, but, for giving. So, yeah, and it's really, I think that it depends on, or organizations get what they give almost. If they put in effort and if they talk to their donors and really get the word out there that they're participating in Greater Helena Gives, they could, potentially be super successful in this giving day. So really, it's not, and we're here to help. GiveGab is an awesome platform that we have used. This is the second year we've been using GiveGab. And, if organizations aren't as tech savvy as others, GiveGab, they can reach out to GiveGab and GiveGab can help. They can reach out to us and we can help them register. So really, it's of little risk to the nonprofits.
I personally filled this out, and I know it's easy
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Now, I am a tech guy, but it's still easy to do.
Right.
And I'm not a tech person, but I was on the site today, and we already have some
Yeah.
folks signing up, and it looks good. And I'm kind of browsing around, trying to let's see now, how do I find out? Anyway, the menu was really clear for a non-tech person. It was easy to get around the site and.
It's really easy
Get
for
information.
nonprofits. And one of the most important things that I wanted to mention is when registering, it's important for nonprofits to put their bank information because everything's online, as we know. So when people give on the giving day, they need to make sure that their bank information is correct so it's easy for the money to be transferred to their account. So it's really important to make sure that during registration, everything is filled out as needed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's look forward. What are we talking, 3 months from now?
3 months.
77 days.
Yeah.
That's
There we
what
go.
the
It says on
website
the
told me
website.
today.
You guys looked at it. So you're ahead
It's
of
to
me.
the hour, yeah.
So 77 days or so from now, what kind of events are going on? Kick off that type of stuff.
So we are doing our kickoff event at Blackfoot on May 3rd. Yeah, May 3rd at 6 p.m. So that'll kind of be a kickoff party to get people together and get the giving started. And there will probably be a couple things during the day on the 4th, on the Friday, that we're going to kind of start thinking about. And then we're going to do our wrap-up event at Lewis and Clark on the 4th in the evening. So all the information will be posted on our Facebook page, on our website, and we just want to make sure that the community knows that they are invited to this.
Great.
Yeah.
And you kind of triggered something in my mind, which was if you're a small nonprofit and you're not, if you don't have a huge supporter base, there are sort of random prizes, golden tickets. There's other functions to this day that kind of help out some of the smaller nonprofits too.
Yeah, for sure. So that's where our sponsorships are so important or crucial to this event, really. We have random prizes every hour, and those are given out, just there's a computer system that's, too complicated for me to explain, but it'll pick an organization at random. So that in itself is a good opportunity. But then there's also the Power Hour prizes, and that's kind of where our sponsorship plays in as well. And then, so for example, if one organization has the most donors this hour, they get, whatever the prize is, which can be a couple $100s. So it's a really good way to get nonprofits excited about this and kind of get their donors excited about it too, because if you say, oh, like everybody donate from 2 to 3 p.m. and we might be able to win this prize, then donors can be really excited. And even it can be $5, a $5 donation. It's just as many.
It's the number of donors.
Yeah, it's the number of donors. So it's really exciting, and it's a good way to get nonprofits and the donors kind of in a game phase.
Right.
Yeah.
And the odds are better than the lottery, too.
Oh, yeah, seriously. It's true.
How many nonprofits participated last year, roughly?
Over 60.
Somewhere
I think
around,
about
I thought it was
60.
70 or something like that.
I think in between, so I think the last number I saw was 65
And
actively participating.
so,
yeah.
and there's 24 hours in a day or
Yes.
something, so the odds are
Right,
good.
no,
I
yeah.
know from that Shares has won this probably 2 or
Yeah.
3 times,
Yeah.
some random prize somewhere along the line.
And yeah, I think one of the bigger prizes last year was up to $600. So that's, a good addition to the giving day.
Right.
Which is another thing we're trying to really get out there today is those sponsorships are a way
Yeah.
for the community to get involved. Businesses and individuals who want to give us a little sponsorship money, then it all goes to the nonprofit, and it goes in these incentivizing prizes and games that make the day more interesting. So
Yeah.
And so if someone does want to sponsor, they can use your email address,
Yes.
or they could just call the Helena Area Community
Yeah.
Foundation.
Either one, and we would
Yep.
love to talk to them and even give them more information about Greater Helena Gives and how they can be involved.
and
Okay.
what's in it for them?
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. We'll be on the air and we'll be talking about them a couple of months from
Exactly.
now.
Yeah.
77 days from
There'll
now. No, not quite that.
Right.
We'll be ahead
There'll
of
be
that.
a lot going on to help local businesses or corporate sponsors kind of get recognition and really be a part of a community event.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this stage of the game, sponsors contact you if they're interested in being
Yes.
sponsors, and nonprofits
Yes.
get over there to greaterhelenagives.org, gets either re-registered or signed up new, and if you're feeling left out and you're a little bit out of the town, you're welcome.
Yes.
Is that a good summation?
Yes.
Yes, there's no
Yes.
harm in, contacting us and asking questions, because that's what we're here for. And really, we just want to make this a bigger and better event. And we want to keep expanding it and really just get community involvement.
Right. I mean, and bigger picture, I don't remember the exact numbers, but last year, between all the communities in Montana, I think we were close to $1 million being
Oh.
raised in 24 hours.
It was
Yeah.
over.
I want to say it's over. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's amazing
I
feat, $1
know.
million
That's
raised in 24
pretty
hours,
exciting.
and we are part of that. And
Yes.
Yep.
our other towns in Montana are also part of that. So
Yeah.
it's a fun day,
Well, and
even if it is on 2 days.
in Helena, we raised over $80,000 just to our local Helena nonprofits. And that's just so exciting because it's, helping us grow as a community.
Right.
Yeah.
So any final thoughts you want to wrap up on here?
Well, it's a good year to be giving.
We'll be needing it.
It's a good year to be a donor, to continue to be a donor, or a volunteer. There's lots of other ways to volunteer, and contact us about that too.
Okay.
Contact your favorite nonprofit about how you can help them do this event. So yeah, that's
And we're all going to work together on it.
And I think that just sort of hits on the other thing, which is this is about a community giving. It's not a competition, just like
No.
everyone's out there raising money at the same time, and
Yeah.
the community is showing their support for the nonprofit world.
right.
For sure. That's what's
Right.
so, amazing, I think, about this event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you guys for coming on the
Thank
show.
you so much.
We'll come back
Bill.
somewhere short of 77 days from
Yes.
now and talk about it some more and try to pump up the community for this day.
For sure.
And
Looking
you.
forward to it.
great.
Good.
Thank you guys for tuning in as always, and we'll catch you in a couple more weeks with a new one.